Hi, welcome to O2 Life. My name is Shannon. So today we're going to do an O2 flow, which I'd love to just do a little spiel about in a moment. But first, I also want to tell you that my Spotify playlist is linked in the details of this video. You can open the link and press play now. But really quickly, just wanted to give my take on flow itself, right? And so when we practice yoga, of course today there's going to be inhales and exhales, breathing with movement, with postures, with asanas, with our pranayama, and just moving stuff and getting rid of whatever we need to get rid of, old and stale, and taking in light and buoyant. And this is something that our yoga practice gives us. But especially on a video, I just want to mention the idea of being in the flow of your practice. So I'm literally just inviting you to do each part of this practice, each pose. But anything, what yoga is more than anything is a self-study. And so if you're just needing to just be told what to do and go along with it, that might be your flow today. If something I'm offering isn't feeling right, or you know your body and that's not a pose you like to practice, or the way that I'm teaching it isn't the way that you practice it, that's you being an advanced yogi, versus me telling you to do advanced poses and that making you an advanced yogi. So if you see the difference. So I just wanted to do a little rant because flow to me is being in tune, right? Being aware, being present. And this is what we practice in yoga. That being said, we'll start here in a comfortable seat. I'd love you to be in Sukhasana, perhaps a little bit of a half lotus. The top foot can be on top of the opposite leg, and we'll switch, or just in front, but maybe today with the sole of the foot sort of facing the ceiling versus this kind of cross-ankled thing we normally do, but whichever is most comfortable for you. And we will start to flow right away here. So feel the sit bones, have your hands on your knees. You might relax the shoulders with a couple of shrugs. With your chin parallel to the mat, just feel a neutral spine and take your first breath here with me. Inhale through the nose. Feeling yourself lighter, lifting, stay tall. Exhale, release, empty out the belly. On this next inhale, we're going to go right into an open chest position like a cow pose seated. You want to rock forward on your pelvis, so even involve the pelvis in this. And then on your exhale, you can almost push your knees away, coming off your sit bones and rocking the pelvis up, separating through the shoulder blades. With your breath, your next inhale, you'll open up the front body, gaze up, chin up, elbows back, and exhale, straighten the arms, round. A couple more rounds here. Noticing just what you notice as you first move, as you first breathe, as you first begin to flow. One more. Good. And coming back to neutral, you can open the eyes if you close them. Just lean back a bit and cross, or switch that cross of your legs, please. So we're going to take the fingertips to the shoulders. This is just a super little bit of a taste of Kundalini yoga, and just breathing and moving quickly to, again, move energy, which is what we're doing in a flow. So you're just going to take an inhale to rinse to one side and an exhale to rinse to the other. We call it the washing machine. So you're literally rinsing out. And I want you to start slow and maybe stay slow or move towards a medium pace. You can also breathe out your mouth here if you like. And just feel, maybe close the eyes, yourself rinsing out. And if this quick pace is too much for you, just take it down. Just try to link the breath with the movement. It doesn't matter which side is the inhale or the exhale. It doesn't matter throughout our entire class. We just want them to feel linked, to feel like we're just attuned and present. About 30 more seconds here. So out the mouth is fine, or out the nose. You might even feel your belly have that little pull back on the sharp exhale. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If your eyes are closed, keep them closed. Put your hands back on your lap. After any sort of Kundalini movement like that, you just want to give your body the time to feel the effects. So just do that. Full breath in and out through maybe the mouth or the nose, a sigh or a sound. Just having an ending to that practice. And then lastly, seated here, we're going to reach the arms up, grab one wrist with the other, so maybe left wrist with the right hand, and reach over to the right. Maybe look up, feel the left hip grounded on the ground as you reach up and away from it, and then we'll switch sides. So you're almost pulling a little bit on that wrist, and we'll revisit this later with some binding. So you're helping the stretch with the hand that's holding the wrist, and that hip grounded, both hips, both sit bones grounded on the floor. Maybe look up, full breath in, and breath out. Good, release both hands down to the mat. Please find downward facing dog. So we'll just come towards the table first, if you like, tucking the toes under with knees under the hips, and then walking them back about 6 inches to find a good length downward facing dog. We can always lengthen towards plank as well. Some people, good measurement. Again, it's your practice. But feeling the hands on the ground, strongly gripping, pressing into the inner part of your hand, and wrapping the elbows towards each other. Lift the heels high in this first down dog. You might get a couple cracks in your toes like me. And then drop them over to the right, still keeping the hips high in down dog. So it's not like we're going forwards, but actually still pushing maybe even more strongly into the hands to keep the hips high. And then inhale the heels high again. Exhale, drop them to the left. Inhale, heels high, up on the balls of the feet, maybe even the toes themselves. Drop to the right on the exhale. One more to each side. Inhale, come up high. Exhale, drop to the left. Inhale, come up high, and then go ahead and walk your feet in a little bit to drop the knees to table pose. So we're going to start here by kickstanding this right shin on your mat so you have a little more balance, and step the left foot back. Reach the left arm up. Very nice. Good. Reach the left leg up. And then left arm over your ear. Take an inhale, extend over your hip as best you can. Exhale, elbow to knee. Can you do it high in the air? Inhale, extend long. Exhale, elbow to knee. Again, inhale. This time, exhale, hold, look down. We're going to rotate to a lunge. Take your left foot to the top of the mat. Straighten out that back leg again. So fingertips down. Put your knee in your left armpit. Push down into the right foot. Push down into the left foot. Outer hips hug in towards each other. So your legs are working. And reach up. Anjaneyasana low lunge. Just like we did seated, you're going to grab the right wrist with the left hand and take a side stretch. Reach up. And then over. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, side stretch. One more breath here. Good, exhale. Both hands down to the mat and heel toe your left foot to the edge of your mat. So we're in a lizard lunge. And on this one, I want you to plant your right hand, press the left knee away, maybe come to the pinky edge of the left foot, letting the hips sink. So this is like stretchy. Now we're going to feel the opposite of that. Plant that foot down. Plant your left hand down and keep hugging the left knee into the midline. Tuck your back toes and lift your back knee up. Stay here or drop onto your elbows. Hug the left knee in. It wants to splay out to the side. Big breath in. Press through the back heel. Breath out. Kneecap away from the floor. And then press back up onto your hands. Step all the way back to downward facing dog. Inhale the heels high. Exhale, drop them to the left. Inhale, lift them up. Exhale, drop to the right. One more to each side. Not sure which starts first, right, when we're flowing, the breath or the movement. They're just linked. Keep pushing into the hands when the heels are to the side, and then drop your knees down. Kickstand the left shin over, step the right foot back, reach the right arm up, And then right arm over your ear, right leg up in the air. Inhale here, exhale, working the side body, tap. Inhale, little side crunch, exhale, outer hip as well, right? Inhale, exhale, one more. Hold and rotate, right foot lands at the top of your mat. Pause here, engage your legs, outer hips hugging in, knee into the armpit, press into your back foot down into the mat, press into your front foot down into the mat, and reach up, Anjaneyasana. Hold on to the left wrist with the right hand, lift up, inhale, stretch to the right, exhale. All the way from the left kneecap up through where your right hand is pulling your left arm over. Feel that energy, feel that opening. Send your prana there. Good, both hands down to the mat. Heel toe your right foot over, and then turn it out. Let yourself come onto the pinky edge of your foot. Press the knee away. Open up through the chest even. So we feel some back bending here, which we're balancing with our hip opening. So now I want you to do a strong lunge. It's still lizard. Plant the foot down so now it's straight. Plant the hands down and tuck your back toes. Lift your back knee up. Hug the knee to the outer shoulder. Stay here or drop to the elbows. Reach your heart through your arms in this one today and press through your back heel. Kneecap off of the mat. One more breath. Both hands to the mat. Step back. Downward facing dog. Inhale to come forward to a plank this time. Hold your plank. Hug your elbows in towards each other. Reach through the heart, reach through the crown. Press through the heels here. Front body lifting up and into back body. Inhale. Exhale back. Downward facing dog. Again, inhale forward plank. Exhale back. Downward facing dog. Inhale plank. Exhale back, walk your feet to your hands, tiptoe, step or hop, whatever the body's ready for at this point. So feet hips width distance in your forward fold. Drop your head, ideally hands next to the feet if you can. But if belly's far away from thighs, bend your knees. Bend your knees. Feel the feet on the floor for the first time. Shake out your head. Let the shoulders go. Let the spine go, just like a rag doll. Hands can stay right here on the floor or come to the shins, lengthen forward, heart forward, crown forward, breath in. Breath out to fold. Same thing, offer your heart and then stand all the way up. Inhale, circle sweep the arms up and overhead, reach through the fingertips. Exhale, fold back over your legs, just little half sun here. Inhale, lengthen, heart forward, offer it up. Exhale, folding into yourself. Inhale, rise, circle sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold right back down. Little bend in the knees. Inhale, lengthen, close your eyes. You know what we're doing, it's very simple. Exhale, fold, this is being in the flow. Inhale, circle the arms up. Fold back down, exhale. One more. Inhale, offer your heart. Out to fold. In to stand and reach and lengthen nice and tall. Out to fold back over the legs. Pause. Plant your hands on the mat. Step to plank. Take a breath in here. Think mountain pose. Think lengthen tall, just like we were doing standing. And exhale, lower yourself all the way down to the mat, please. Tops of the feet down, lift through the heart. Squeeze the elbows towards each other. Press into all 10 toenails. Drop your pubic bone down, lift your heart up. And lower back to the mat. Press over your knees for this one and find downward facing dog. Inhaling. Exhaling. Your breath is a flow too, so when you're still flowing. Take a big breath in, look forward, bend your knees. On your breath out, bring your feet to your hands your way. Step, step, hop, or float. Breath in right away, pull the heart through the arms. Breath out, fold into yourself. Stand up, inhale, reach, fold as you exhale. Breath in, lengthen the heart forward. Keep looking forward. Keep that energy going forward as the feet go back to plank. Step, step for this one. Inhale, shift forward an inch. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in and breath out. Another breath in, bend your knees, look forward. Bottom of your breath out, feet to the top of the mat. Catch some hang time maybe. Right away, the heart reaches through the arms. Inhale, fold, exhale. Stand, inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Fold, exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthening forward. Everything stays going forward of the upper body as the feet go back. Chaturanga, catch yourself. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale to down dog and breathe. Now lift the heels high. And we're going to do the other side first this time. Drop your heels to the left. Now what I kept saying before was push into your hands, lift your hips high. Now come forward towards plank like you sort of wanted to. But keep both hands flat. Try to keep your chest square. A little bit of a twist. This is challenging. And you never thought you'd be dying to go to side plank, but go there. Right arm up. And then right leg up. Reach your right arm over your ear. Take an inhale. You can modify on the knee if you need to. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend like a 5-pointed star. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, one more. Exhale, hold. This time rotate on your toe, step your right foot forward. Come onto the ball of the back foot. Pause. Find the knee in your right armpit. Good. Drop your back heel and come to warrior two. Very nice. Settle in to a deep lunge. Strong, straight back leg. Seal the pinky edge of your left foot down and lift your inner arch. Belly back. Close your eyes or gaze out over that middle finger. Good. Take an inhale. And on exhale, right hand outside right foot. Left arm to the ceiling and then over the head. Parsvottanasana. Think like you're scraping dirt off of a boot, right? Pull your right heel back towards your back foot. Feel the heat, feel the sensation. You're still in the flow, even in the hold. Next, inhale, come on up, straighten through your right leg. Just a nice little reverse triangle. And shorten your stance a little bit, more to 3.5 feet. Take an inhale, Trikonasana, exhale. If you can, right hand flat, outside right foot. Can also be on the ankle, or if you do have a block. Turn the chest up. Engage your legs, inner upper thighs, so that your feet are like trying to find each other. They're flirting with each other. Take your left hand to your hip, peek down, Ardha Chandrasana. Hop forward, it doesn't have to be one. Keep your right foot straight on your mat and lift the energy up like you're in mountain pose on the right leg. Flex through the left foot, you can reach the left arm up if you like. Breathe. Play with maybe lighter on the right hand or right fingertips even on your ankle for the last breath or two. So where we're going to land here is a 5-pointed star facing the side of the mat. Bend that right knee, land gently. And arms are up and feet are out. So heels in, toes out. Drop into goddess pose, please. Take this for a breath here. The traditional pose with cactus elbows, right? But then bring your fingertips to your shoulders again. This one won't be as long. Washing machine. Inhale, exhale. About 30 seconds. Press the knees out as well, so focus on your legs. Feel the feet underneath you. Close the eyes. 10. 3, 2, And 1, relax, stand up. Hands to the hips. Again, take a moment to feel the effects. Turn the toes in, the heels out. Take an inhale to lift the heart. And an exhale to fold, hands down to the mat. Good. Drop your head just for a moment. We'll do this for a little bit longer later. Then lift up halfway. Bend into your left knee for a skandasana. So you may come down only about halfway with the hands down. You also may lower all the way. Bum to the left heel. Right toes might face the ceiling. Hands might come to the heart. Good, just a moment there. Walk the hands up to the front foot for lizard again. Heel toe the right foot over to the edge of the mat. Flip up your back heel. So here, keep the back knee lifted. And try to snuggle your right shoulder under your right knee. And if you can, or wherever you are, hold on to your right ankle with your right hand. Feel the outer hips hugging in. That knee is hugging into the shoulder like I asked you to do earlier. And then hold on to the ankle also with the left hand if you can for 2 more breaths. Very nice. Both hands to the mat. And then heel toe your foot just to a regular runner's lunge. Straighten through your right leg for a long pyramid. Ground down through the big toe mound on your right foot, but still be high on the ball of the left foot. Drop your head. Maybe even walk the hands backwards. Fingertips can face your back foot. And breathe here. Good. Hands frame the front foot. Once again, we're going to go right up and back with this right foot to a 3-legged dog. Inhale. Keep the foot high, high, high. Come forward, 3-legged plank, 3-legged chaturanga. The energy's going forward. Both feet down, up dog. Roll over the toes, down dog. Whenever you need a sigh or a sound, you can do that. Okay, lift the heels high, inhale. We got the other side. Exhale to the right with the heels. Now come forward, so all the way from your legs, they're twisting somewhere around your stomach. You twist and find neutral for your shoulders and your chest as best you can. So this is work. You want to even almost think about getting light in your right hand. Sometimes I make us lift it, but I'm going to be nice today. Come onto the right hand, left arm up. Left leg up. Left arm over the ear, just like our 5-pointed star. Inhale. Exhale, elbow taps knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, tap. Inhale, last one, hold. Exhale, tap. Rotate, left foot forward, back heel up. Find your legs here. Knee in the armpit. This gives us 90 degrees. Drop your back heel and come on up, warrior 2. Firm back leg, strong core. If you came up out of that angle, which I did, where your armpit was, lower. Lower into the left knee. Close your eyes or gaze out over your middle finger. Deep breaths. Ujjayi breaths, or just deep belly breaths. You know, there's no right or wrong way to breathe. We just want to be consciously breathing. Take an inhale on exhale, side angle. Left hand outside your left foot, if you can. Right arm up and then over the ear. Scrape your left heel back towards your back foot. Keep the back leg strong and straight. Look up under your right arm. Next inhale, come all the way up. This will feel good. Reverse triangle, hopefully. And get ready for triangle pose. So as you upright yourself, you can shorten your stance. And we'll again plant the left hand just the traditional way outside the left foot. So take whatever modification you want. But reach the right arm up. Feel the legs firm and strong. Turn your chest open. Take your right hand to your hip, look down. Take an inhale. You can come onto the fingertips. Exhale, Ardha Chandrasana. So the left hand comes forward right underneath the left shoulder. So you don't want it way back. The left foot just loves to turn in. Maybe even give yourself a little bend of the knee to make sure it's not going to the inside of your big toe. Really, this left leg is the most important thing, not stacking the hips. Then you work on the right leg, then maybe the right arm. And then maybe balance, playing with left fingertips just on the ground or maybe even on your ankle. Know that moving, those tiny little micro movements in your ankle are your ankle and your muscles learning. And then gently bend the left knee, land in a 5-pointed star. So I'm just going to turn around. Toes out, heels in, goddess pose. And again, we'll just take the pose for a breath or two here, and then I'm going to add some stuff in. Instead of fingertips to your shoulders, take hands just behind the head. Inhale here. So another side body work here. Right elbow to right thigh. Inhale to center. Exhale, left elbow to left thigh. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Other side. Good. Come to center, straighten through the legs. Turn the toes in, take the hands down to the floor. So a fold for just a breath. We're going to do a longer one later. Good. So we're going to end up now bending into the right knee, I believe, for Skandasana. You can come as low as you like. We're only here for about a breath. Just getting an extra hip posture in there. And then coming to lizard by walking the hands to the front of the mat, heel to the foot to the edge. Now, plant your right hand and try to just work your left shoulder under the left knee. You can definitely straighten it to try to get that. And then hold onto the ankle with your left hand. Strong, straight right leg. Hug the left shoulder in. So you feel your outer left hip turn on, and then hold onto your ankle with the right hand as well. Both hands down, heel toe the left foot between the hands. Just find your runner's lunge for a moment. Take an inhale, exhale, straighten through the left leg. So you're really grounding down. The front leg looks exactly like pyramid pose, but you're in a longer pyramid. And actually, just to activate the back leg, be high on the ball of the right foot. Drop your head more. You can walk your hands back if you have more to go. And take 2 more breaths. Lift your head, look forward. Hands plant, bend the knee. 3-leg dog. Left leg up and back. Inhale. Exhale, forward to plank. Take an inhale. You keep the foot high. Lower to chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Let those heels drop heavily. Pressing into the hands. And breathe. Feel the effects of your practice here or anywhere else you'd like to be. Table, child's. We have one more standing sequence with some fun stuff coming up. Being in the flow means you know your edge, right? And that might be different today than it was the last time you practiced. It might be different right now than it is 4 hours from now, depending on what TV you've watched, what people you've talked to, what food you've eaten. So watch your ego, right? That's why I love advanced practices and throwing fun stuff in, not just because it's fun, but because it really tests and gives you some practice to be friends with your ego and to notice. Okay, here we go. Step your right foot between your hands. Drop your back heel. We're just coming right to warrior 2. No more fancy stuff, we're warmed up. Take your right forearm to your thigh this time, and just the left arm to the ceiling versus over the head. Then turn your left hand backwards and take a half bind. Wrap around your low back and maybe hold on to the upper part of your thigh right outside your right hip. Or full bind, where the shoulder has to connect with the knee, like we've talked about a lot in class today. Rotate and find the left hand. Now, just like our side bend, hold on to your left hand to straighten the left arm more and open your chest more. Yes. Very nice. Look up. Okay, so we're going right into triangle, and if you think you can keep the bind, go for it. Straighten your right leg. You can also shorten your stance. Keep the hips going backwards. Binds, bring our chest to the floor. Just keep focusing on opening it up. Okay, now I have a different plan for half moon, but if bound half moon is something you really work on and want to work on, please go for it. Otherwise, I'm going to go to regular half moon. Take your time. And I'd like us to practice just a chopasana in our Ardha Chandrasana. So we'll bend the left knee. Try not to pull it into your chest to catch the foot. Can you bend your knee exactly as you are and then find it behind you? And open up through the chest here. And breathe. If you have the foot in your hand or the bind, just come to your regular half moon and land in your 5-pointed star, please. Very nice. Hands to your hips. Turn the toes in, the heels out. This will be a nice longer fold. No God is here. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold. Hands to the mat. And now I'm just going to do a little headstand prep. So on the other side, I'll give you the option. Also, if you know how to practice it, you can go for it here. But what I want you to do is line up your fingertips with your toes. So if there was like some duct tape across your mat, they'd all be on that same line. Just like chaturanga, try to bring your elbows over your wrists and rock forward into the balls of your feet, and maybe the crown of your head can come down. Take your shoulders up and away from the floor, so still be engaged in your back. And maybe just for fun, feel some weight in your head. Lift on the kneecaps because you're still in a forward fold, and take 2 more breaths. Start to lean some weight back into the heels. Push into the hands to lift yourself up. Just your chest up and your shoulders come back over the wrists. And then walk your hands to the front of your mat. Lizard lunge. Flip up your back heel. Okay. Now, lots of options here. We're going to snuggle the shoulder under the knee again. Same as we did last time could be one option. If you're okay on these 2 feet and you want to do another bind, another option is bound lizard. Third, arm balancing in Kundinasana. You're on your hands, your right heel lifts. First step, try to do it with a bent knee. Kick your heel to your butt. Second step, extend the leg forward. Either way, try to float the back leg up. If you do catch it, maybe you take it back, chaturanga, from whatever pose you're in. Take a vinyasa or skip it and just go to down dog. Okay. Believe it or not, we're still not done on that side. But I wanted to show you that floating back from Kundinasana. So what we're going to do here is full pyramid. Step your right foot forward. It can come, doesn't even have to come all the way up since we have a shorter stance anyways. And then put your back heel down and fold over your right leg. Parsvottanasana. Lift your chest halfway. And again, traditional pose is left hand outside of right foot. Put it whatever works for you. Maybe even put your thumb in your right hip crease to pull the hip back. Turn your chest open. Truly, it's just the cherry on top to reach the arm. It doesn't mean much, but you can go for it. Parvrita Trikonasana. Breathe. Beautiful. That's a huge pose. There's a lot happening. Let yourself just notice it. Okay, one more little fun for flavor. Handstand hops. You can lift your left heel and just go to standing splits if you don't want to do the handstand hops. Let's all go there first, actually. And then if you want to play, here's a couple tips. Look forward, number 1. My left leg is what will lift me up. So if I bend it, I'm going to lose that energy. My left leg is what lifts me up. Lift up onto the ball of the right foot. You can hop it back. And then just like when we do little Shakti hops, try to just kick your butt with your right heel. See how that helps you get a little hang time. Keeping the left leg as strong and straight as you can. And then maybe take it back for your vinyasa, and we'll all meet once again in Adho Mukha Svanasana. Whew, so a lot on one side. Take a big breath in. Let it go. Take some time here in down dog or wherever you want to breathe to notice with all those huge poses, whatever you notice. So it could be, that you just caught that handstand and you think you're a rock star, which you are, but you're not a rock star because you just did a handstand. There's lots of people that are less than rock stars who can do handstands. Or any of those quote unquote advanced poses. The advanced practice is knowing yourself and observing what comes up to create natural shifts. We're not changing ourselves, but we're just getting the crap out of the way to get to our true, beautiful, light, loving, compassionate selves. So keep some of that in mind. Keep noticing. Well, we go to the second side. Step your left foot between your hands. Right to warrior two, guys. Right to warrior two. You're warmed up. Get in there. This time, just forearm to thigh, right arm to the ceiling. So good, you can see the bind on me this time. Wrap your right arm around. So it's this awkward internal rotation of the left arm and then opening it back up once you get the bind. So you hold on to right wrist, ideally. If you've just got the fingertips, whatever. Left hand is holding on to right wrist. My pose is kind of a piece of crap right now. And now I pull on my right hand and I find some length and some space in the pose, even though I'm binding, which doesn't usually feel very spacious, at least for me. Chest up, strong legs. Keep the bind or get rid of it. Trikonasana, straighten your left leg. And of course, Trikonasana for me is always a shorter stance, so you can just hop that foot in if you need to. Breathe. Same idea, turn the chest up. Don't lose your legs, don't lose your original triangle. The adding on shouldn't take away. Okay, if you want to do bound half moon, that's up to you. I'm releasing, taking the left hand down, again, finding a little more spaciousness for my half moon. And then for me, the variation I want to work on is Chopasana. So I'm going to have you bend the right knee, not into the chest, but just exactly as the leg is. Just pull the heel to the hip and grab the foot if you can. Your left leg is doing mountain, right? Beautiful. If you have the bind, you can get rid of that now. If you have the foot, release. Very good. Landing back in your 5-pointed star. Woo. Hands to the hips. Toes in, heels out. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, forward fold of your choice, and I'll walk us through coming up into Shirshasana B. So you were ready for it last time if your head was down. Let's do all those steps. Fingertips and toes in line. Roll forward onto the balls of the feet. Come onto the crown of the head. This is nothing to do. Headstands, first of all, are never about jumping. So it's shifting of weight and using the core. Put the crown of your head down. It's in front of your hands. Come off your feet when it comes to weight, but use the hands, push into the hands, and can you straddle? Either just hold the straddle, or you can come straight all the way up. Keep using your hands, using your shoulders. And then can you straddle down and maybe even so controlled that you can do heels then toes. I didn't do it, but I tried. Okay. Hands under the shoulders. Walk your hands to the front of the mat, but it's now the left foot, so I turned around. Left foot in lizard. If you don't remember all our options here, I can definitely go through them. Snuggling the shoulder, same thing we did last time. Bind or arm balance. Take your time. So the heel in, definitely. So also energy, heart lifting forward, almost like a halfway lift. You have to take some energy forward to catch yourself on your hands. It's a little scary, right? It's a little scary. And if you've been holding it, I want to shoot it back. Chaturanga, up dog, and downward facing dog. Whew. Almost there. Coming to pyramid, left foot steps, and shorten the stance. Back heel down, your back foot's at about a 45-degree angle. Fold over your leg for a moment. Maybe take the thumb to the hip crease like we talked about earlier, pull back. Left hip is going back, right hip's coming forward. That's definitely gonna help you in the twist as well. Turn on your legs, inner upper thighs squeezing. Now lift your chest. We want length in every twist. Don't twist if you're folded and rounded, right? Right hand, whatever works for you. Left hand can either come to the hip. Again, remind it to pull back. Or we can go ahead and reach the left arm up. Feel your legs. Feel all the things in this pose. The sensations, the learning, the growing. And go ahead and fold. Hands down to the mat, standing split. Right leg to the ceiling. And take a moment here. Kind of skipped this on the other side. And then hands down. And my little handstand tutorial is right leg lifts you, look forward, grip the mat with your hands, kick your butt with your left heel. We've always got a better side. Don't skip the bad side. That's the one you should do more of, actually. Right? And then, so I've floated it back. I don't know if anybody saw that. I floated it back. What you can do to learn that is instead of going all the way from a handstand, just hop your left foot to the back of the mat to catch three-legged chaturanga. That's sort of how we can scale that. Find downward facing dog. And child's pose. Good work. Please, once again, take just a moment here to notice how that side went. And not physically, not if you nailed it, but just notice what you noticed. What did you observe? All right, you can come up onto your shins, and we'll just swing the feet out to the side. Get my time here. To extend legs forward. So you just find a quick staff pose. So we are quite warmed up for what I'm about to do, but it's also a deep pose. So just because you're warmed up doesn't mean your body can go there, and I'll give you stages and steps you can get into. So we'll slide the right heel in first. And just, I know, like I said, we're warmed up, but we're just going to do a little bit more sort of lubrication for the hip joint. So I really actually just want you to hold onto your knee and your foot and just like you're stirring a pot. Just do some movement for that. So you're going in a circle, forward and back. Some of you might want to kind of bind, and you can put the foot in the crook of your left elbow. You might get a little more there that way. And then before we go, then I want you to now not have your hip be externally rotated, but have it be neutral. Hold on to your foot. See if you can maybe straighten the leg, or as much as you can. You can use a strap here too, or towel. And then pull the knee back. It's like a lizard, right outside the shoulder. We did that a bunch of times, right? So inhale forward. Exhale, pull it back. Inhale forward. Okay, exhale, pull it back, and this is where we're gonna have options. We did this in lizard. Can you snuggle your shoulder under your knee? And this might be where you stay. This is it. Otherwise, hold onto the ankle with the right hand. Work it up further onto your shoulder like you're putting on a backpack. Hand to the top of the foot. Left hand to the top of the foot. Right hand to the floor. Any amount. Can you straighten through your right leg? So we're warmed up for this because we did so much hamstrings, hips, and side body. And it still might not be there for you, and that's okay. You can come off your right hip. Some people don't say that, but I do. Now, let's try something else for fun. Keep the knee on the shoulder. Maybe work it up even higher. Put your hands down on the mat. And can you lift your butt up off the floor? This is even harder than the actual pose. Hardest part. Now, can you cross at your ankles, Astavakrasana, take the legs out to the side. Now, if you can imagine, this can go to Kundalini. Oops, wall's behind me. So many fun places we can go. Challenge ourselves, find our edge. Let it go. Doesn't matter what just happened. Now we're here in staff pose. Left foot in. Just lubing up. It's a weird thing to say. Lubing up the left hip. Motion is lotion. And then maybe crook of the elbow. Wiggle side to side. Notice how your hip does feel. And don't lose your breath, even in this sort of different, we're not doing standing poses, but these are just as challenging in their own ways, right? Hold on to the foot with both hands, if you can, extend, and then pull outside the side body, outside the shoulder. Inhale, extend forward. Exhale, pull back. Inhale, and exhale. Hold here. Try to snuggle, put your backpack on. This is where I say the left hip lifting, yes, ideally it's down, but it just gives you so much more space, so I think it's fine. Take the hand to the top of the foot or stay where you are. Any place we go, you can stop there. That might be your stop. Left fingertips down. Find as much spaciousness as you can to straighten through the left leg. Take your head under your arm for your compass pose. Good. So come back, if you can, keep the knee on the shoulder. I know some of you it's going to be like on your arm. Get it just as high as you can. This helps. Hands down, weight forward, butt up, cross at the ankles. So again, like Kundalini, you've got to trust here and you have to lower your chest. It's chaturanga arms. Look how low I am. Probably too low, but squeeze the arm with both legs. And like I said, this can go to Kundalini. The wall's just in my way. That's my excuse. Okay, let it go. Legs out. Give them a nice little shake. Take them wide. Come forward on your sit bones. Maybe even lift your butt up to come forward a little bit more. Toes flex, kneecaps to the ceiling. Some of us are going to stay upright. Even leaning back into the hands is is a great way to practice this pose. Otherwise, you're going to walk forward. Keep the hands down, maybe the elbows. Some of you might be able to make like fists for your head to rest on. Upavishta Konasana. Keep your legs engaged for this one. Deep breathing. Now as we slow down and hold, never losing our power of observation. So the thoughts will come in. That's not something we should judge or think, oh, I'm not a good yogi, I'm not a good meditator. I always think that means you're human. But when you notice it, that's the practice. That's the advanced practice. And you just say, okay, breathe. And if just your breath isn't enough today, use mantra, right? Perhaps, I am enough. That one never gets old. Inhale, I am enough. Exhale, I am enough. Or counting, simply counting your breath itself. Go ahead and lift your head, inhale. Walk the hands in, exhale. Assist your legs back towards each other. And we'll go ahead and lie onto the back. Plant the feet, hips width distance from one another. In close towards your hips, not as close as as possible, but you want your ankles under your knees. So you should be able to feel that without having to, touch your heels, like they say. And then drive into all four corners of your feet to lift the pelvis, lift the abdomen, and then the chest. Shrug one shoulder, then the other underneath you. Interlace your hands. Do that again. Get the shoulders really under you. Press into the pinky side of the hands, the triceps, the back of the head, like a little critter could walk under your neck. Release your interlace and slowly lower your hips back down to the mat. So in our back bending practice, I'm going to take 2 more. If you happen to have a block or bolster at home and you want to take a supported bridge, that's always your option. Also, if you'd like to go to wheel, you can do that. I'm just doing 2 more bridges. Press into the feet on inhale, lift the hips, the abdomen, the chest, shrug your shoulders underneath you, interlace. So like a backwards spinning wheel, you press into the feet so your shins are strong, your quads lift, your pelvis lifts, your belly lifts. Even though, so it's a wheel, right? It's all going in that same direction, all the way from your head, then down your arms, back to your feet. So that visualization itself also a way to stay present. It's whatever works. Release. Take a breath. Ready for our third and final back bend. On inhale, come on up to your choice of back bend. If you're with me, Setu Bandhasana. Open up the chest, your biggest one. Open your heart. Release. Take a moment. You can just kind of have the knees knock into each other. After back bending, love to put hands on my own body. Feel the breath. Feel the heart. Good. Knees to chest here. If you have a wall nearby and it doesn't take a ton of energy for you to get there, go ahead and put your legs up the wall. Otherwise, just legs up in the air and even give them a little bit of a shake. And then let them be still. The only effort you're doing is to keep them up in the air. So no more squeezing muscle to bone, firm, firm, firm. Now you're soft and supple. You can shake as much as you need to. Reminds you to let go. Knees into the chest, arms out to the side. Swivel your hips a little to the left to drop the knees to the right. Find your supine twist. You can also look over the left shoulder. Close the eyes. And gently move to the other side. Knees left, hips an inch to the right. Look over right shoulder. And back to center. Once again, with the knees hugging into the chest, give yourself a squeeze, a hug, a thank you. And then really giving yourself a thank you by spending some time here in Shavasana. So extend the body out. You can even think 5-pointed star here. Think about the work we did in that side plank here. Now you want to do the exact opposite of that. There's no more work to do. Only rest. Now, if you have the time, you can pause the video. You should spend a good 5 to 7 minutes in your Shavasana, in your rest. letting the body refresh so you can feel revived and ready for the rest of your day. If you're ready to come up, please sit in a comfortable seat like we started. Bring your hands to your chest. Thank you for letting me guide you. Namaste.